Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Simply Just C, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how I got these juicy, bouncy, curly, two-strand twist using only two products. I'm also going to show you in this video how I tie my hair down at night to maintain it. So if you would like to see how I got these twists, which by the way is the first installment of a series that I'm starting here on my channel of where I show you or I present to you just different hairstyles, ladies, that we can do at home ourselves to save a little coin but keep our hair protected as well, then keep on watching. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm starting out on clean, freshly shampooed, conditioned, and also blow-dried hair. Now for this style, you don't have to blow dry your hair, but I recommend that you at least do these twists on stretched hair. It just helps the style last longer. It also helps the health of your hair to be elongated versus being in its tightest coil or its tightest curl. It helps with at the ends from you getting like single strand knots and all of that. So you don't have to blow dry your hair for this style, but at least have it stretched. So for this style, I only use two products. The first one is this Buttercream Daily Moisturizer by TGIN, which stands for Thank God It's Natural. So my hair does well with receiving moisture when I have heat. So all I did was apply some of this to each part of my hair, and then I blew it dry, and that's where we are right now. But I'm going to apply some more of this to each strand as well as I'm twisting it down. And then the only other product you're going to need is some mousse. Now I'm using Lotta Body. I like Lotta Body mousse, foam wrap, but you use, you know, whatever mousse you have or your favorite. Same thing with the moisturizer. Use your favorite or what works for you. All right, so I'm going to start in the back. I'm just going to part my hair. I'm not going to show that part just because, child, it is already hard trying to part the back of my hair. So yeah, I'm not going to even try to record it yet. I'm not there yet, honey. I'm not there yet. But maybe one day I'll show like my parting process. But I'm going to start in the back and work my way to the front. Once I get to the front, I will come back in so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I can explain the steps and show you the technique and everything like that. I will say with parting your hair, just have a mirror in the back and a mirror in the front, and that'll help you to kind of section your hair off. One thing I'm going to invest in very soon on Amazon, I know they have like these 3-sided mirrors, and I feel like that's going to help me tremendously with parting my hair in the future for these types of styles. But please know, you don't have to like section your hair off or part it uniformly. You can really, if you want to, just grab a piece and start twisting, but I do want this to be a very neat style, very uniform style, so I am going to take the time to go ahead and part my hair. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the back, and then once I come to the front, I'll pop back on in here so I can show you the steps. Real quick, you guys, so even though I'm not going to show like a detailed parting or my parting in this video, I did want to at least show you how I section off my hair. So I already pretty much had a part down the middle, and then all I did from there was I kind of went across the back. I didn't even use a comb. I just used this with my finger, did my finger, so I'm sure it's not even, but I just went across the back, and then I took the two sides and just bun those up so it's out the way. And I'm going to start in the back. So basically what I'm going to do is I take my finger, starting at the very nape of my hair, and I'm just going to kind of dig my hand across just on my finger, section it across, section it like that, and then once I have it like that, I'll proceed to look in the mirror to even that out. Once it's even, all I'm going to do is part down, twist it up, go to the next piece, part it straight down, twist it up, and continue. Once that row is done, I'll do the exact same thing for the next row, and I'll keep going up until I get to the front. Alrighty, so I'll be back, like I said, once I'm ready for the front part. Okay, you all, so it's been about 4 hours since that last clip, and this is where we are. I only have this front section, and I am done, and I I look forward to being finished. It does take a little bit of time, but it's so worth it because my hair is done for minimum 2 weeks, but I can keep these in for up to 4 weeks, but not 4 weeks, 3 weeks. But about 3 weeks though, it starts to look a little, but I can still stretch it to about 3, but for sure 2. So it's worth it. But anywho, this is how we're looking. I did all right with my parts, you guys. I found a way to kind of hitch up my mirror, and it was very helpful this time around. So this is what we're looking like as far as the parting and everything like that in the back. Yeah, let's make sure I was in frame. So that's how we're looking so far. And all I have to do is this section up here. So I'm going to show you real quick just like the technique I use to get these twists in. Alright, here we go. So taking down this section, you guys forgive me if I'm not looking directly in the camera because I'm also trying to see what I'm doing. I might have to look this way actually. But anyway, I'm going to start from the bottom. And this time around, I kind of made these twists pretty small. I think that's why it's been 4 hours and I'm not finished yet. Normally I can get it done in like 4 hours, 15 minutes, 4 hours, 30 minutes max. But I think this might be pushing close to 5 because I did make them a little bit smaller this time around. Anyway, I'm just going to part it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhat decent parts. Okay. That's decent enough, okay? So now that I have a section parted, I'm just going to put the rest of my hair away. Clip that up and out the way. You know what? I forgot my foam wrap. I'll be right back. Okay, got my foam wrap. So anyway, we have that section. You clip this back a little bit more so you all can see. We have that parted. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to start. I like to always start in the back whenever I make these rows. Hold on, you all. I'm trying to see. There we go. And I'm just going to part going down. Just like that. Oops. Just like that, straight down. That's a decent amount of hair right there. Just take this and clip it out the way. All right, so now that I have my section, just want to make sure I can be seen. Now that I have my section, I'm going to take my moisturizer. So I showed you all earlier what I was using. And I'm going to rub that at the top of that section, and I'm also going to work my way down. We want moisturized hair. I'm going to take my foam wrap, my Lotta body. I think earlier I was saying Lotta, but it's Lotta body. And I'm also going to put that foam wrap at the top and work my way down. Comb it through. Now, I start my twist with a braid. So I braid maybe 4 times, and then I'm going to split a section, one of those strands, so 3 sections of course to make the braid. I'm going to split one of them in half and take half of that to put it with the one strand and the other half to put it with the other strand, and then I begin to twist. Now the reason I braid first is because I find that it keeps the style looking neater longer. It helps with puffiness at my roots, especially as I start to sweat and just the moisture of outside starts to get to my hair. it just helps to have this braid. I also find when I'm manipulating the hair and putting it in styles, like moving it around, it just looks better when it has a braid as the base. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. So here's like a close up of how they look. You can barely tell it's a braid because I don't braid down far. It really does for the most part just look like twists. But you can see like when I manipulate the hair, that's going to dry. But when I manipulate the hair, it just looks better, in my opinion, than if I had done just straight twists. So anyway, I've gone around maybe 4 times. And now I'm going to take that middle strand. And I'm going to kind of split it in half just by putting my nail in there. And I'm going to combine half of it with one strand, half with the other strand. And I'm going to continue to, or I'm going to begin to twist down. And I'm just doing left over right when I'm twisting. And you see me kind of going down with my hands. I just like to do that because it helps to just smooth out the twist so that it looks nice and all the hair is intact. Along the way, I'll add a little bit more foam wrap. And just keep twisting down and kind of smoothing it with my hands. I get to the end, I keep it combed out, keep twisting. I'm going to add a little bit more moisturizer to my ends. I want my hair to be definitely moisturized. Continue twisting down, just right over left. And then when I get to the bottom, so you see I'm about right there, I'm gonna twist this a little bit longer. And I'm gonna stop about right here. So I have about this much left, and you see it's kind of uneven. You want to do your best to make the 2 twists or the 2 sections for your twist even, but it's okay if it's kind of off. I'm going to put some foam wrap on the end, and all I'm going to do is kind of finger coil that around my finger with the foam wrap, and I'm just twisting this around my finger, and I'm actually going to hold it on there a second. Now, I usually don't have to hold it really, but I just kind of trim my ends, so my ends are a little bit more blunt than normal, so I kind of have to hold it. I'm just holding it and kind of twisting it up, and then I'm going to let it go. And it's going to start to curl up. Let me see if I can get that in. That is going to start to curl up, and it's going to give me an end like these, like a little curl at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, that's the step. I'm going to do one more just to show you, and then I'm going to show you how I get volume in my hair, because right now it's kind of flat, but there's a step that I do that adds volume and curl, a little wave to it. All right, so let's do one more. So I'm going to go back up to the top. Back to that section that we already had. Part down it. That's a little not straight, but that's a little better. Part straight down. Okay, got that piece. Section off the rest, move it out the way. Get my moisturizer on there, start at the top, work my way down, definitely get it on the ends. Put some foam wrap right there at the top, work it down, comb it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and proceed to braid. So to braid, I get my 3 pieces, my 3 strands, kind of running my hands down this so I can keep it smooth. Making a braid. That's 1 time, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can just braid until it feels right. Now I'm going to take that middle strand. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take that middle strand and kind of split it apart. See that? Put one piece with that first strand, the other piece with that third strand I had, and then begin to twist left over right. And I'm just gliding my hand down. Let me slow it down a little bit. Gliding my hand down as I do that, and that's just what keeps it nice and straight and gets any flyaways and things like that. Adding more moisturizer and foam wrap as needed. And I just keep working my way down. So yeah, it takes a few hours or so to do it. It really depends on the size. Like if I had made these bigger, it wouldn't take as long. But I find for me, the smaller I make them, the better, the more they last, because it lasts down here. It's just the root is what will start to get a little poofy over time, which is why, like I said, one of the reasons why I braid it. All right, so anyway, I twist it down. I have about that much of hair left. Kind of see, not a lot of hair left. Put a little bit of foam wrap on there. Take those two pieces so I can make them become one. Just kind of twisting it, and I'm going to twist it around my finger with the foam wrap so that those two strands can be kind of fused together almost to become one. I kind of just twirled it up my hand a little bit and hold it. And the reason, like I said, I'm doing that is because I trimmed my ends, so my ends are kind of blunt. And also it's coming from a straight or elongated state, and I just kind of want to help activate that curl back. And that's how it looks. But it's going to start to just like these did. Okay, so that is pretty much it. You know, you make your part, you braid about 4 or 5 times down, take that middle strand of the braid, not loop it, but join it with 2 of those strands, and then just twist down. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this other section, and I'll come back when I'm done twisting my hair, and I'll show you how I get the curl and how I sleep on it and all of that good stuff. Alrighty, so I am all done with my twist. I think it was about a total of 5.5 hours to do this. I did a lot of twists today. Kind of did them smaller than I normally do. But that's how we're looking as far as the density of them and the parting. Alright, so that's that. And this is how they look just done. But there's a couple things I want to do to my hair now as I prep for bed, because I am definitely tired. I want to just real quick put a little bit of oil on my scalp. I'm just going to use some Kimi oil. So I'm just going to kind of go through and put that on my scalp. Now the reason I do this is because if I don't, my scalp will get kind of irritated just from dryness, like just being dry if I don't put oil on my scalp. So just putting oil on my scalp helps it from just not being dry and flaking up and getting dandruff and things like that. So I'm just adding it to the scalp. I'm not adding it to my actual twist because it's not needed. Hopefully it's picking up on the camera how well moisturized and just shiny my twists are. Okay, so I'm just adding some of that oil to my scalp. Feels really good. I never twist my hairline, so my edges, and like what I'll do is just kind of swoop those and make those look nice, but that's that. All right, so now this is what I do to kind of get even more body to my hair and like a little bit of a wave. So, and to sleep. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take some bobby pins and some rubber bands. And I'm just going to 2-strand twist my twist. So I'm just going to start on one side. And I'm just going to begin to flat twist it. Just gathering hair as I work my way that. Now the reason I do this is, one, it does kind of give me the wavy kind of curl, but it helps to keep my hair, just the moisture locked in, as well as it keeps my hair elongated. It just allows me to have my length a little longer before it starts to kind of shrink up. So all I'm doing is just basically flat twisting it, which is just a 2-strand twist, but to the scalp. And I'm just going to flat twist that on back. Keep going. My hair feels so nice. It just feels so moisturized and just, it feels really good. Okay. So, twisted that all up. And keep going down. And then once I get to the end, I'm just going to put a rubber band on there. Put a little oil in that rubber band too. Just a little bit. And just kind of put a rubber band on the bottom of that flat twist. So that's how it looks. This could actually be a style. Like, you could wear it like this, have a couple pieces down, and then do the other side. And that would be really cute. But anywho, I'm going to do the other side real quick. And you all, the reason I'm starting this series on my channel of just showing different hairstyles, ladies, that we can do at home ourselves, some with just our own natural hair, some with added hair, is just to help you save some coins, okay? And I realized that that was something I was doing. I was spending way too much money getting my hair done, because I am someone who does like to keep my hair, you know, in braids and things like that, because it's easier for me, and it's really what's been helping my hair to grow. But it starts to add up. You know, you're paying $300 here, $350 here, and that really does start to add up over time. So I'm like, you know what, I need to start just doing my own hair, because it's not like I can't, and it's not like I don't know how. Also, another reason why I'm starting this series, even for myself too, as well as to kind of give you all some ideas and some hairstyles that we can do, is I noticed that when I was getting my hair done, braided by someone else, I was experiencing mad dryness. And the reason is because, you know, when you go to get your hair braided, they always want you to come with freshly cleaned, blow-dried hair, but with no product. And that's just so crazy, because that's the opposite of what our hair needs. You know, our natural hair needs moisture. So I would try to do that, you know, come with no product, but girl, I could never do it. I would always slip a little something in there, a little cream in there. But it didn't matter. My hair wasn't properly moisturized. So they would just braid, you know, they braid your hair straight down with the synthetic braiding hair, and they put like some oil on the scalp when they're done. But that's not moisturizing your hair. It wasn't moisturizing my hair. So after I would take my braids down, or my faux locks down, after, you know, 4 or 5 weeks of having it up, my hair would be so dry, and it was just, it would take weeks and weeks and weeks to try to combat that and to get my hair back with some moisture. And I was like, this is not helping my hair. So this series is both for me and for you, so we can save some money, do our hair at home, and, you know, just protect our hair better, so it can truly be a protective style where our hair is, you know, thoroughly moisturized, and, you know, we're doing what we need for our hair, along with keeping it in a protective state. So anyway, here are my 2 little flat twists on either side, and I just have all the twists in there. And I'm getting ready to tie it down, but before I do, there's one more thing I'm going to do to help it stay stretched. And that is simply, I'm going to take a bobby pin. I really need my bigger ones, but y'all, I can't find them. I know I'm not the only one that loses bobby pins, because, yeah. Ooh, I am so sleepy. I can see it in my eyes. Ooh, child, but it's all good. So I'm going to take this one twist, and I'm just going to take it and pull it in the opposite direction. I always have to check to make sure I'm in frame. And then I'm just going to pin that down. me grab another pen. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to pull it to the opposite side. So take this one and I'm just going to stretch it across. And again, this just helps me to keep it as stretched as possible. And it just keeps the hair together. Also, I like to do this as well because it just kind of molds my hair together. Any flyaways that I have or anything like that, it really does just kind of mold the hair together. And in the morning, you're going to see these twists are going to look just even better than they look right now. So you see I just crisscrossed them and pinned it down. That's it. I'm going to take my satin scarf and I'm going to tie it down and I'm off to bed. So I will catch you all in the morning. We'll take it down together and just kind of check it out and see how it looks. And yeah, we're going to wrap this video up. So I will see you guys. For you, it's going to be a second. For me, it's going to be about 7-8 hours. Alrighty. Time for bed. Alright, you all. So it is the next morning. I have just taken off my scarf. And I'm just going to go ahead and take down these little flat twists that I have on the side. Now you can see how my hair has a little bit more. There we go. That's better. I feel like that was too bright. My hair has a lot more body to it. It has a nice little wave. Ah! Y'all, I love my twists. I love rocking twists. This past summer, this is primarily how I've worn my hair, actually, just because it's easy. It takes a little bit of time, like I said, a few hours, but once it's done, and I don't have to worry about doing my hair. I just tie it down like I showed you guys in the clip before, and this is it. And it's so versatile. You can wear it in any style, any way that you would wear your hair with braids. You can wear your hair with these twists. So this is how it looks the next morning. Once it kind of has been flat twist and it has like some more body now and a nice little curl to it, nice little wave. So that's what we're looking like in the back. I love my twist, y'all. So I'm just going to style it real quick. Like I said, you can style it however you want. I think today, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it down. And all I would do is, like, for my edges is just slick those down. I'm going to use a little bit of my Eco Styler or Eco Style gel. Put a little bit on my hairline. And just swoop that up. And that's it. So that's it, you all. So I don't know, I'll style it later. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that maybe you kind of got a new style that you can put in your repertoire of do-it-yourself hairstyles. And stay tuned for some future do-it-yourself hairstyles to come. Thank you all for joining me today, and I will catch you guys